It's an act that is sanctioned even by God. It is divine. Giving is an extremely divine expression. If you are a product of God, you then have the God DNA, which compels you to share and distribute what you have.
Yes.
You act like your Father. It's a manifestation of who you are and what you carry. But these are some of the mistakes that I've seen. Why you give today and you face an attack tomorrow. There is a bond and a connection that is created the day that you decide to find a seed from your reserves and you bring it out and you isolate one seed out of the rest, that you say, this seed is what I'm fasting. You separate it from the rest of the flock. And then you hand it over to somebody who is in need of that seed. It is not just the departure of the seed from your stock, from your pocket, from your bank account, but you have created a line. There is a connection between the giver and the one to whom the gift is given. There is a connection every time you give to somebody. There is a connection that you have created. The reason why he is able to receive from you, if it is the poor, it is because there is now a communication line that has been created. And he is now receiving from you because of that pathway that you have created. He is receiving from you through a pathway. There is a tunnel or a channel. And things are now getting to him because there is a channel that has been created. So seeds are flowing towards him because of a channel, a river, from you to him. Okay. But you know, when something happens at the end of the tunnel and there is a blockage, and you are trying to keep on flowing towards him, things are going to go wrong over here. Because what is supposed then to be going that direction then starts coming back because there is a blockage. So when water is flowing from here to a place over there, we must always make sure that the way is clean.
Yes, Father.
And the water gets into the reserves freely, unhindered. But if something is wrong over there, you keep releasing, you keep giving. And then after the seed has left you, if it is not properly received over there, it might end up affecting the source as well. Now you are beginning to see a flood that is coming from where it was supposed to be kept. It's now coming back. There are so many issues. When you now have that link and that connection, it's no longer just you giving to the poor, but the poor also will start making contributions. It is how now you manage what is coming back from them. It is how you manage that. And if you don't understand what comes back to you from them, after making that connection, if you don't know what comes to you, those are the things that you end up calling attacks. It is the life of the man that you have just helped.
Wow.
Okay?
Yes. So, Father, is there some sort of exchange that is happening in a sense?
Yes, there is an exchange, but the valve that comes back has to be tightly closed. You must be strong enough. You must have had enough training with regards to giving. You don't just give because you have found money. You got your salary. You don't just give because you have something to give. We don't just sow because we have something to sow. There is need for a qualified soil to present itself before the seed. Okay? We have to be moved by qualifications around us. Things around us must qualify for what we carry. There is a level of giving that you can go ahead and give whichever way. You don't mind what happens after. But there is a level of giving that you get to where even Jesus recommends that you consider the nature of the people that you're giving against the value of the seed that you carry. Then his proposal in the Bible was, do not give your pearls unto swine. Do not hand over your bread to the dogs. Pearls are very expensive.
Yes, sir.
Jewelry. Important, whether to call them minerals or what, I don't know. But for you to get a hold of a pearl, you would have gone through thick and thin.
Yes, ma'am.
And then finally, when you have it, there will come a day when you feel like you want to hand over the pearl. But Jesus says, make sure the person qualifies for the pearl. Because Jesus said, what they are going to do, they are going to trample upon the pearls, so destroying the valuable pearls that you have given to them. And when they are done, they will come after you.
Yes, Father.
What does he say? He's just explained to you what I was trying to explain to you as well.
Indeed, Father. Yes.
There is a backlash where you are being fought by the lifestyles of the people that you are trying to help. You gave them the best, and your best was never their best. And they trample upon your seed. When they are done with the seed, they get into the tunnel and they come back to the source. That's what Jesus said. So most people that are being attacked today, it's not even the devil himself doing that. It's the people that they've tried to help. So you must have an understanding of what needs to be done in order to control the valve that brings back the backlash, so that you control what they say after helping them. The day you get to hear what they're saying about you, even after helping them, That's what Jesus said. They will come after you. That's what he meant. So how do you close that valve so that you're no longer affected by what they do after you have tried to help them? Well, that's not for today. I might end up taking too much of your time, but there is need that you get educated first. You must have a superseding blessing.
Wow.
A superior blessing. Yes, that's very important. Your blessing has to be intense.
Wow.
Before you start that distribution exercise. You have to have the blessing, not just the money. Make sure you have the blessing.
Yes, right.
And it's very, very confusing. Some people with money, they think it's the blessing they have. No, please, have the blessing first before you start giving out money. Can you imagine people have a way of controlling the much that you are left with the little that you have given to them? It's a confusing thing.
Indeed.
Yeah, even scientifically, you can't really prove that. And yet it happens where out of $100, $1 that you give to somebody, something can be done with $1 to then control the $99. You see?
Yes, Father.
Because the money that you are left with, a part of it that represents it has been given. So the part that represents the 99, something can be done with $1 against the $99.
What do you mean, Father?
This is why it is very important that you don't give your pearls to swine, because they have a way of destroying what you have given to them, and they have a way of finding their way to the 99.
Can I read the scripture, Father?
No, let's. What someone does with your money matters. What they then do with your money is very important. Do you know there is someone who can't wait to get a hold of a penny, $1 from your pocket? That's all that they need. In the world of witchcraft, that's all they need. Explain to me, how do you get somebody's shirt? A woman lost a garment. And with the garment, the cycles of that woman get affected. All she lost was a garment. And with the garment, the lifestyle of that woman is now being controlled by something that left. It's not like somebody takes the garment, she prepares the garment, and then she brings it back so that when you touch it, it's not like a chemical reaction. No. She takes it from your body. It never returns to the body, and yet the body begins to be manipulated by something that came from it. Because everything that once touched your body, like I told you, wherever it goes, it becomes like a web. You remain connected, even to the money that you have given to the poor. You remain connected. So whatever they do with that money, there is still some currents or electricity that flows through that channel of giving back to you. That is why he said, make sure it's not a pig.
Yes, Father.
Make sure it's not. There are people who are poor today because of the way they gave. They didn't know. They thought what qualifies you to give is money. It's the blessing. is the blessing.